another place to be. Why choose this as a title for your new series of works?
I suppose I'm standing somewhere else in relation to the work now. Having moved from the country to the city, you're looking at the work in a different way as well. You're not only physically standing in a different place, but you're also emotionally in a different place, and maybe how you subconsciously respond to your environment without actually knowing that you're doing that. So it's a process. It's a process, and there's no going back. So I tend to think, well, maybe there's going to be a new journey now. So I called it Another Place to Be.
You tend to work in various media: oil, watercolour and construction. Do you approach all these in the same way?
They all have different characteristics. On the one hand, you have watercolour, which is like free-flowing like a river. Can be a very beautiful thing, and accidents happen. You kind of try and recognise the accidents, and it's a management of errors, if you like. Of course, you choose the mistakes you want to hang on to. Then you get to another material, a kind of glooby material like oil paint. Now that can be a bit different. That can be very unforgiving. It can be a stubborn material, and you're kind of battling with it sometimes, not always, but that can come through. So it's a challenge to exploit the different characteristics of the different media.
The new work seems different and not obviously thematic.
It's not thematic, not anymore. I don't really have a scheme or a plan for the work. That earlier work was really informed by family history, and I used documents and ephemera that I'd found as collage material, and used it in different ways. Unfortunately, I think after some years, the theme became a bit oppressive, and I felt it was time to move on, I guess.
As a jazz pianist yourself, a composer and performer, does this influence or inform your work at all?
It doesn't directly influence one's work, because I think painting and music are different things in a way. They're different art forms. On the one hand, you have painting, which is very much planar, so what you see is what you get. And then you have music, which is, of course, linear art form, so it's time-based. So it's a completely different kind of experience. But what is very useful, maybe a bit naughty, but what I do is that I will look for titles for my compositions in the titles of my paintings. And I will look for the titles of my paintings in the titles of compositions. So, in that way, they're quite useful to each other.
You returned to London in 2011 after 25 years at St Ives. How do you feel this has affected your work?
What I've left behind, I guess, is the horizontals. Horizontals are sea, sky, moor. And what I have now are the verticals laid on top of the horizontals. So you have the architecture, the streets, the smells, the whole life of the city, basically. Different sounds as well. So how that gets into the work, I'm not sure, but it's in there somewhere.